Rewrite the given expression as an algebraic expression in x. What is tangent of arcsine x can be? These types of problems will require the right triangle. Ton, ton, ton. Your favorite topic from school. Hopefully you like it, but it doesn't really matter because we have to work through it anyways. I will teach you how to start. There is something complicated going on in the pretty simple function tangent. So let's call it some kind of name, x, y, t. I'll call it, u. Why not? You can call it theta because then it also makes sense. It's an angle, right? Thus, I will say let u be arcsine or sine minus 1 of x. I like to say arcsine. It's faster to say. Put it in the box. If that is the case, there are two things I want to point out. The goal of this problem now is to answer the question, what is tangent of u? That's it. If we know tangent of u, the problem is over. When u is arcsine of x, based on the idea of inverse functions, that means that sine of u is x. As you can see, input becomes output, and output becomes input. That's the idea of inverse functions. Or imagine applying sine to the both sides, left-hand side and the right-hand side. From here, let's build a right triangle. We know, hopefully, that sine by the definition is the opposite side over the longest side, hypotenuse, right? Hopefully you remember that. Do you know how to say hypotenuse in Russian? It is гипотенуза. So I have x, and I really don't understand how that can be opposite over hypotenuse. And this is, I think, is the clever part to mention. You see it as x over 1. Pum, pum, pum. That's a plot twist, which is kind of brilliant that you can write down anything as that stuff over 1. Now I can clearly see that x is the opposite side, and I'll write down it here, taking into account that the angle u is this angle in the right triangle. And hypotenuse is 1. Here you go. Now I am almost done. The goal is to find tangent of this angle. I know that tangent of this angle will be x over the missing side. So we just need to find that missing side. It's going to be x over the question mark. To find the missing side, you quickly use the Pythagorean theorem, right? Which means 1 squared equals x squared plus question mark squared. That means that the question mark squared will be a square root of 1 minus x squared. So I can finish this notation, a square root of 1 minus x squared. And this gives us the answer, right? Thus, tangent of u from that right triangle will be the opposite over the adjacent, 1 minus x squared. And we just found the adjacent side. This is the answer because if you remember, we were asked to find tangent of arcsine, and u is the arcsine. So it is tangent of arcsine of x. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Practice a little bit more because these types of problems will show up again in Calculus 2 class. And in general, right triangles are very popular in engineering and physics. So the more you practice, the better you become at these types of problems.